Remember, to be as calm as possible when evacuating the arena, as this makes it quicker and easier for everyone. And be aware that pucks can move outside the existing protection. We thank you for your attention and hope you enjoy your time here.
to another game in the Champions Hockey League. I'm Jason Shai. It is great to be with you again between, well, Group G. Here we go. Frölunda Gothenburg, Eisbären Berlin. Two teams who won their first game and are ready to hand another team in the group a loss. Only one will be true when this thing ends. The last time they faced off back in the 16-17 Champions Hockey League season, the Swedes got the upper hand twice, so we'll see what develops in this game today. Two teams that have a great deal of respect for one another. Frölunda, of course, four-time CHL champions, and it's this Eisbären Berlin team coming off back-to-back domestic league champions in the DEL. There's a lot to be packed in here to this game. So many great players in one contest. We'll wait for the singing of the anthem and then the puck drop between these two great teams, who of course won their first games. Mountfield HK was handed a loss by Frölunda on day one. Eisbären Berlin won a decisive 8-2 victory against Grenoble in their first game. So someone's going to come away with a loss, we believe, in this contest. We'll see what gives as we watch this thing play out today from Gothenburg. Should be a high-quality game, and I would expect the start of this one to be a ferocious and fast-paced one.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthems.
Excited to bring you the puck drop in this game today. 100 clubs have been involved in 14 leagues spanning 20 countries, 4 different champions along the way in the 8th season of the CHL. And speaking of 4-time champions, that's exactly what Frölunda is. 4th championship came for them not that long ago. They're not that far away from their last CHL title in 2020, winning in 2016, 17, 19, and 20. There you see their goaltender, Lars Johansson. He'll stand in the crease, a 35-year-old from Avesta, Sweden, a calm goalie with great reflexes. He's 35, but this kid here, Tobias Anchichka, 21, from Hellebron, Germany, 6'1", 172. Last year, he had a .279 and a .902 save percentage. He has 29 career games played in the DEL. There we see Roger Rundberg, one of the most decorated coaches in the history of the CHL. He'll lead his team for the bench, the 51-year-old former defenseman, 10 years head coach of Frölunda. On the other side, Sergio Ban, the former National Hockey League player, 3rd year as coach in Berlin, over 370 games played in the NHL with the Avalanche, with the Blue Jackets, with Atlanta, and he was the DEL Coach of the Year 2022. He's the coach as they've won their last 2 championships in the DEL, so a great coaching battle. And he said after the first game he was satisfied with the win, the 8-2 win against Grenoble, but he said it's the first step, and we'll look to take more steps as we go on. They're just getting started. There's a long way to go. There's Max Freeberg. He was fantastic in the game against Mountfield HK with 2 goals and an assist in that contest. We expect to hear from him as that man there. Joel Lundqvist, who is a longtime captain of Frölunda, ate up a lot of ice time against Mountfield HK, and it was a relatively close battle in a 4-2 win for Frölunda Gothenburg. Puck is dropped and we're underway here. Game 2 for both these teams, entering with a record of 1-0, 3 points for each. As we begin, the near side held on to and maneuvered through center. And the entry now in the Berlin zone. Down the left wing side, looking for the puck and going after it. Joel Lundqvist gets in the corner and comes back down low. Centering pass by Freeberg comes all the way to the point. Christian Foley shoots. He scores! An early goal from the blue line. And it's 1-0 for Frölunda. They strike early, 25 seconds in. This may have been through a screen. As Freeberg dishes the puck to the line, Christian Foley throws it on net and gets it to go. The 31-year-old former National Hockey Leaguer over the blocker side and in. We'll get a good look here. May have been a screen. Oh, look at the traffic in front. There's, I don't think, any way that Tobias Enchichka saw that shot as it got just under the crossbar and in, and it's 1-0. Frölunda with the lead. Morgan Ellis throws it up the wall, the former Montreal draft pick in 2010 out of Summerside, PEI. Back in the possession of Frölunda, back the line now. Back in a forehand, Philip Johansson throwing that on goal, and Chichka with a pad save off the left pad. Back down the ice, they will wave off any icing. Twisting and turning Andreas Grunlund. Grunlund moving up through center, lead feed. Bounces off the wall, reacquired by the defensive Berlin out of the corner. Getting hit along the wall, toppled over. Getting down hard was Frank Herdler. He's back up, and a shot from the point goes wide of Enchichka. 1 minute and 10 seconds gone in the first period, and Frölunda strikes 25 seconds in for a 1-0 lead. This will go down the ice again. No icing. They waved it off. Having to be played by Frölunda's defense. A collision along the end wall. Puck is sent back to the point. The intended recipient was Herdler. Reacquired and moved by Ryan Lash. You're going to hear from Lash. He had 2 assists in the last game. One of the more highly decorated players to ever play in the CHL. Last year's Swedish Hockey League leading scorer. Down low, they move it from the near corner, centering off Enchichka. It does come free, and Berlin can make their way from right to left through center ice. Dipping the shoulder, then getting checked to the ice and a clean hit. Nahus goes down. He'll get back up on his feet in pursuit on the forecheck as Christian Foley plays it. Goal scorer in this game. 2 minutes in now. Turning in the near side, Liam Dover-Nilsson. And then a collision as Eric Mick got hit. Now in the backhand and far boards, there's a former Atlanta draft pick, number 71, the 3rd round in 2010, that being Julian Melchiori. Melchiori playing with the Manitoba Moose in the Ontario, and the American Hockey League, rather. In his time in North America, Mick does a good job along the walls. He puts Anthony Greco, former Springfield Thunderbird, into the corner. Neuhaus gets in there, 4 along the wall trying to find the puck. No one able to do it. Frölunda's 1-0 lead, and they've had, at least since the beginning of the game now, 2 minutes and 40 seconds in, a couple of good shifts strung together. Let's see if they can add to that now as they play it back. Jakob Nilsson. It'll come to the near side. Eric Mick catches up to it, and now we have a stop and play. Looks like we're going to get a penalty called, and this one going against Berlin. Jan Neuhaus is going to go. He'll take a seat. Let's take a look at the penalty. Oh, yeah, absolutely. They're going to call that one as he took down Jakob Nilsson. Nilsson, the 28-year-old from Stockholm, Sweden. 2nd year with Frölunda. Last year, 4 points in 5 games played. And now the puck is dropped. Frölunda on the man advantage. Now, in their first game, they struck on the power play 3 times. Their power play was deadly, and you don't want to get into penalty troubles against Frölunda. Let's see if they can add to their 1-0 lead on the entry here in the power play. Nice play along the blue line by Pontus Johansson. Johansson up top, they may send it back to him. Now they do. To the top of the near circle, Red Lens. Johansson will dish on the left side, centering pass, bouncing puck the line. Faking now going back that left wall. Here's a shot, good save by Anchichka as it's dished by Freeberg to the far side. Power play 45 seconds gone. 1-0 lead for Frölunda. Cross ice one-timer in front. Oh, and Freeberg couldn't bat it out of the air. Great passing sequence, but no goal. On the point again. This is Lenz. Now down to Freeberg. Centers, and that was blocked. Oh, it's been all Frölunda in their control. You can imagine how tired the PK unit is for Berlin. Down the left wall again, centered off a stick. This will bounce to the near side. Lenz takes a look. He'll move it to the trapezoid. Freeberg centers again, and it was blocked. They need to clear this puck. It stays in. 40 seconds to go. One-timer, and it's in front. It came free, and now it's cleared. Fans happy with that, but no goals. Berlin just hanging on right now with 15 and a half to go in the first. They drive it in again. It's Lash with the pass. Stolen, moved out by Eisbären Berlin. 2-on-1 short-handed. Here they come. Here's an opportunity. One-timer fired. Oh, and it just goes wide. Frank Herdler's pass. Power play over in 5 seconds. Frank Bauer's reaching for it. It does come into the possession of Frölunda again, but reacquired back in their zone by the defense. Philip Johansson. He'll get control. He sees the forecheck coming his way, and Marcel Nubels. Zach Boychuk. Now around the dasher, situated by the goaltender Johansson. And a stop and play here. Johansson in his first game. 23 of 25 against Mountfield HK. Let's take a look at some of the action. This is an opportunity for Mauer going cross ice, and the one-timer by Giovanni Fiore missed the mark. That was that one-touch pass that was intended for Freeberg, too hot to handle, however. 1-0 lead for Frölunda. Mats Roselli Olsen will get it in deep. And now Jan Mershak, the former Detroit Red Wings draft pick. Mershak driving out of the corner. Nice pass to the point. Backhand and forehand by Folin, but he's got to turn back to center ice, unable to handle it in the zone. Puck battle at center ice. Wojciech will help it back to the defense, and now it's Eric Mick. Mick gets the red line. He'll shovel it in. Rejected by Frölunda, turning at center ice. Holding the puck for a moment, Nick Lassu. Lassu will send it to the left wing side. With 6 minutes gone in the first period, Frölunda with a 1-0 lead thanks to Christian Folin's goal. Folin from Freeberg and Lundqvist. Puck battle inside the Frölunda zone, and finally gets back out. Puck is driven in, and a good stick by Jonas Muller, and he'll stop and get to the bench for a change. We're 13 and a half away from the end of the first period. Lots of action going on in the first. So far, one goal to tell you about. And it came from Christian Folin on that shot from the blue line just 25 seconds into the contest. The bouncing puck between the circles, now on the point. Calling for it, unable to hold, was Freeberg. Taken away. Here's a break, all alone, and a great save. Johansson comes up with that, and a breakaway that developed as a turnover on the blue line. Now Freeberg the other direction, curling and dragging on his backhand. He'll get that one to Joel Lundqvist, then Freeberg again, playing into the point, now on the blue line. Here's a shot, save. Goalie gets bowled into, and everyone looks okay there. There doesn't seem to be a penalty on the play. Meanwhile, it's Matt White. Matt White was reaching for it. It's loose at center. Picked up now by Melchiori. Long shot goes wide. Melchiori reacquires. The defenseman pinched in to send it around the boards. Frölunda wants to get it out, they do, only as far as the Berlin defense. Now it's Melchiori, gets the red line, sends it up ahead to White. Puck is free on the line, it does roll the center ice. Berlin moving again, this time it's Marcel Cicic. 8 minutes gone to the first period. This is played now by Ryan Lash. Nice dish, centered, off a stick and goes wide. That was Patrick Carlson, he'll try to center, and it's off a body. And it's Matt White as they call a penalty, I believe, might be coming here against Berlin as we take a look at Kevin Clark sitting on the bench.
Jakob, förstod du vad jag menar? Grejen blir det att när han ligger här på dig, ligger du här istället och sticker så kommer han aldrig hitta dig. Men du ligger nedanför honom så blir du fast. Jag tror det är bara så här en gamla centerbana, jag vet inte. Ja. Ja. Hej.
All right, good action so far between these two teams. 1-0 lead for Frölunda.
Och på mediakuben ser ni nu nuvarande LGD-toppscorers i Eisbären nummer 89 och Wojciech och i Frölunda nummer 12 Max Friberg.
They situated the goal there behind Tobias and Cicic. Talk about a career for his counterpart on the other side, Lars Johansson. Champion of the Swedish Hockey League and the Champions Hockey League in 2019. The last 5 years he spent in the KHL, and 4 times has been the best goalie in terms of goals against average in that league, winning a Bulgarian Cup as well. And the youngster on the other side, and Cicic, who's watched the play develop to his left, it's just really starting out here. 11.5 to go in the first period at center ice, picked up by Matt White. He'll deliver it in. Johansson directing traffic that just avoids the stick of Nick Lassou, who now scooped it up. Through center, it's moved in. Here's a break, all alone, sending that puck wide. A breakaway this time for Frölunda. They can't capitalize. One-timer fired off the head, it looked like, getting it off the mask, and Cicic makes that save. Looked to be a breakaway for Nilsson. We got to get another look as the point shot there is suffocated along the paraphernalia and held onto by Cicic. Anthony Greco may have been the player. Let's see, it is indeed Greco trying to go low to the glove side. Greco, who was once given the award for the fastest skater in the American Hockey League during an All-Star game a couple of years ago. Motor's always running, is Greco. Face-off won by Frölunda, back the point. Rister, save under the right pad and held on to. Jakob Nilsson was standing in front. So when Cicic gets one more shot to see, there is Tom Nilsson throwing that one on goal, and Jakob Nilsson driving the crease. Pretty simple play, win the face-off, back the line, traffic in front, get pucks on net. Jakob Nilsson will take the face-off against Manuel Wiederer. Manuel Wiederer will try to win this back at his backhand. He does successfully to defense, and now it's moved by Berlin. They're down 1-0 here in the first period, giving up a goal early, 25 seconds in the contest. Tom Nilsson across to his D partner, now skate the stick at center ice. Nicely done by Jakob Nilsson. Here's the entry. On the right wing, it'll be played around the boards now in the corner. 10.5 to go in the first period, 1-0 for Frölunda, and the high flip will relieve pressure as the puck goes into the Frölunda bench at a stop and play. There we see Manuel Wiederer. Originally drafted by San Jose back in 2016 in the 5th round. 10 points last year with Eisbären Berlin. The CL champ back in 2022. They are back-to-back champions. And the face-off now controlled. Frölunda along the near side wall, getting toppled over, but there's Friberg again. You can always find him buzzing around the puck. A great nose for the net, and more of maybe a setup player than a goal scorer, but you couldn't tell that from his first game with 2 goals. His attempt for the point never got through. Good job by Eric Mick to avoid the forecheck, dishing that one back to Melchiori. Now backhand, a forehand by White. The no-look backhand between the legs, not the best idea. The puck got turned over, and White will go after it again on the off-shooting right side. Back to center ice, Peter Reagan. Frölunda having a really hard time moving the puck out of their zone with 9:35 to go in the first period. This cross-ice pass ends up on the stick of Berlin in center ice. This is dumped in by Morgan Ellis, and it's offside to stop and play with 9:29 to go in this first period. There is Morgan Ellis, 304 AHL games played in his career, won a championship with Berlin last year. 11 points in 50 games played. He also won a Memorial Cup back in the day in his junior hockey days. Shot saved by Johansson. Boy, that was close. It looked like it changed direction as it was going to the goal. 3-on-2 the other way. Here's Lash, cross ice. Hops over the stick, however, of Yuri Inala. On the left side, picked up again. Frölunda moving. The attack out of the near corner. To the point, stepping up for a shot, never got through. Now it's Lash, and it's Anchichka having enough. He's going to melt it down and get a stop and play, and the whistle comes. There we see Mr. Zach Boychuk, former first-round draft pick of the Carolina Hurricanes, former Western Hockey Leaguer. There's the save by Johansson. Let's take a look at the ice angle. It deflected. Nifty deflection forced Johansson to make a good save. Marco Novak can't get it out. Now an opportunity for Frank Herdler. Herdler will toss to center ice. This is going to be an icing call, I believe. Yes, it will, with 8:43 to go. First period begins to slow just about past the halfway mark. Friberg, 2 goals, 2 assists. Not bad at all if you're counting today's game with an assist as well on that first goal, 25 seconds in. Lash will take the face-off. Roselli, Olsen, Niklas Sue on the ice with him in that forward line for Frölunda. Eight and a half remaining in the first period. The shot from the point by Herdler missed the mark. Dumped in by Mershak from the left wing side now. Frölunda on the attack again. Centering pass. That went wide of the cage. Here's an opportunity for Roselli Olsen on his backhand. Put it to the slot where it's intercepted by Herdler. Herdler will turn, throw it across. Now up ahead it goes, and Berlin on the attack. They'll get the red line, but they'll just dump it in because they're making a change. And it's Pontus Johansson. Then on the stick of Anthony Greco, moving down the off-shooting left side. Dips the shoulder, threw it in front, and it's reacquired by Berlin as they move in. Top of the far circle. That's played by Mauer. Looking for support, nice pass, shot, save. May have gone off the outside of the far post. Wrestled free by Mauer again. Then he gets outnumbered. Stepping up for the point, nice job by Mick. It rolls to center now to relieve the pressure against Frölunda for the time being. They're going to try the entry, but they're outnumbered again. Nicely done as they bring it back down the right board, centering pass, twisting with it, holding, and no shot now from the line. There's a wrister through traffic, never got through. Bouncing puck reacquired, the backhand goes wide. This time taken by Wiederer. His shot never got to the goal. Frölunda working hard in the offensive zone, trying to add to their 1-0 lead. With 7 minutes left to go in the first period. Good action here, and a 1-0 lead as the goal was scored early on. Maybe a break down the right wing side for Wiederer. He gets taken down There's no call, despite a stick being tied up in his skates. Body position by Morgan Ellis allows him to clear the puck, but they're going to call an icing against Berlin in a stop and play. Here's a look at the no call. Well, he fell of his own. That's actually not a bad call. And the referee saw it. The stick got tied up in his legs. It was sort of inadvertent as he was going to the ice. Got to look at Sergio Ban, the head coach of Berlin. He talked about Frölunda as a shot goes wide. He said, with Frölunda, we have one of the best teams in Europe in our group. They already won the CHL 4 times, so it would be a huge task. And he's right about that. They're down 1-0 right now. And aside from a breakaway, they haven't had many opportunities as Lash gets hauled to the ice, and there's a call against. And now Berlin is heading to the penalty box, and it's going to be Matt White who goes, the Whittier, California native.
Power play.
Jackie Newby. En ny nivå.
Power play will begin for Frölunda. And the 5-on-4, here we go. A chance to add to their lead. They'll then send it back to Boland and down the left wing side. Right to the goal line, shooting off the side of the goal. Low percentage shot there by Anthony Greco. The attempt doesn't go as Lash turns to his forehand, rolls it back to point. Now it's Philip Johansson. Then Lash checked the flex of his stick to make sure it wasn't broken. He's got it now on the goal line, looks for an outlet. Good coverage in a tight box by the PK as a save by Anchichka off the left pad, and the puck is cleared. Great work by Berlin on the PK, not allowing anything. .45 seconds gone on the penalty. Frölunda set up on the power play again. Johansson up high. Corralling, shooting, off the post! What a release that was! Nailing the post of that shot was Fiore. Fiore's calling for it. They go to the left side. Another shot coming, and that one off the shoulder. It looked like at the goaltender's Fiore. Let me strike that again. Yuri Inala, 21 in red, not 21 in white. Inala had that shot. Here's another opportunity, and it's a save, and the puck is cleared. It was Yuri Inala with the quick shot, and a blast from the right wing side that went off the iron. We'll get a look at that again perhaps when we get an opportunity. But almost a 2-0 game for now. Frölunda still holds a 1-0 advantage. Freeberg will skate through center ice. He's got it in down the right wing side, playing it indirectly off the end wall. Power play for 15 seconds more. Good read by Jonas Muller to try to clear. He'll get some help. And now Morgan Ellis will mail this all the way down. And that'll do it for the power play.
Eisbären Berlin åter fulltaligt. Eisbären Berlin now playing with full strength.
Berlin with 5 on the ice, 5-on-5 hockey. 4 minutes left to go in the first period. 1-0 lead. Controlled breakout sends Jan Mershak in. Long range fakes. Mershak in. Backhand shot. And he just missed it to the far side. What a move. Mershak, the Slovak, moving in with speed. Faked out the defense, and that backhander may have just gone wide. Here's an opportunity now. Hurdler shooting and a save. Johansson comes out, cuts off the angle, and our first post-whistle scrum comes down. Here's a look at that play. Nice job by Johansson, stepping up, cutting off the angle. Meanwhile, here's the opportunity for Inala. Let's see. Oh, yes, off the look like the junction of the crossbar and the post. Here's Mershak faking, getting around the defense, and he just missed it. He missed the net. You could see him shake his head on the bench. He wasn't happy there. He had 18 points last year, did Mershak, in 47 games played with Frölunda, the 34-year-old who won a Calder Cup in 2013 with Grand Rapids. 3.5 to go, first period. Frölunda with a 1-0 lead. Berlin forced back in their own zone. Nice play by Eric Mick, the undrafted Berlin native. Back to the point. Folan, wrister, goes wide. Chichka watches it to his right side. Dieter Reagan now on the stick of Giovanni Fiori. And then Matt White can't dance around the defense, and a great play by Petteri Lindbaum, his deep partner in Folan. Looking cross ice, Radek Lenz. Now the entry for Frölunda. Held on to by Petteri Lindbaum, the defenseman, had pinched in. He's going to have to retreat back to his normal defensive posture, and he does that now. Covering for him. Well done. For a moment, Frölunda had good wherewithal in the offensive zone. Jiri Inala twisting and turning on the goal line. He'll deliver a pass down the trapezoid. They throw it back in front, and it's held onto by Chichka in the final 2:27 of the first period. Lots of creativity here by Jiri Inala, the Finnish native. Played for HIFK last season, the 24-year-old. Two minutes and 20 to go. And Chichka, the goaltender, watching to his left. The play develops, and a shot by Johansson goes wide. The attempt in the neutral zone by Berlin is thwarted. Now right on that red line it goes. Chipped back into the Berlin zone. Morgan Ellis gave it up to Lash. Here's a chance, and a shot, save! And Chichka comes out, and he covers the angle. Another opportunity for Jiri Inala. Well, you really got to be careful. If you turn those pucks over in those sensitive areas on the line, you could get burned. That time the goaltender bails them out. Face-off control, Frölunda off the wall, up the shot rather, comes caroming off the leg, back to center ice. That's offside. Good call by the linesman. 1:43 to go in the first period. Frölunda up 1-0. As we see Anthony Greco. Head coach Roger Rundberg talked about Eisbären Berlin. Says another team we have experience with. A well-organized top German club with a first-class arena. They have not visited there yet. It's of course in Gothenburg. Handled by Pontus Johansson on the left wing wall. 80 seconds to go in the first period. 1 goal so far. Nice hit laid on. Now it's Rosby shooting, save, rebound out of the reach of Neyhouse. Another chance over the crossbar. And a quick release. Johansson was ready. Here's a giveaway by Frölunda. Between the circles now on the point it goes. Ellis, wrist shot, blocked. And they'll chip to center ice. It's a smart play not to ice it. At the same time, getting the puck out of the zone. Berlin winding it up from center. Smashing that one off the glass. Forecheck pressure by Zach Boychuk. He'll grab the puck at center, but mishandled off the blade of his stick. 35 remaining. The entry by Frölunda on the left wing. Deflected, scores! Mats Roselli Olsen with a deflection. And it's 2-0. Frölunda with the goal. Great read on that one. Stick on the ice, driving the net. And the goal is scored to make it 2-0 late in the period. Boy, you never want to give up a goal that late. But Berlin does, to the discontent, I'm sure, of their fans. But right now, Frölunda grabs a big 2-0 lead. The puck was put towards the goal by Niklas Sue and deflected in by Roselli Olsen. Norwegian, four-time CHL champ, the 31-year-old who's known for his speed and his grit, drove the goal in a 2-0 lead. Olsen, great job. 20 seconds left to go in the first period. Frölunda takes a 2-0 lead. Max Friberg trying to add to that. He's got room down the right wing side. He'll center through the crease. Berlin's got something to draw up as they head to the dressing room for the first intermission. And 20 minutes in the books and a 2-0 lead. Frölunda will take that on the strength of that man's goal towards the end of the period. Roselli Olsen from Niklas Sue and Jan Murshak. That is the goal with 31 seconds exactly left. Okay, we'll take a break. We'll come right back with more. Frölunda's happy through 20 minutes with a 2-0 advantage.
Efter 25 sekunder, sedan 2-0-målet av nummer 51, Mats Roselli Olsen började spela 19-29. restaurang Frölunda Borg eller foodtrucken på utsidan nu. Ja, ni får gärna passa på att besöka restaurang Frölunda Borg eller foodtrucken på utsidan nu.
Dubbelfakturerar i helgen, ja. Jajamän, du kan du. Ja då.
As we get set for the puck drop in the second period, there is Mr. Zach Boychuk, 2:33 of ice time in the first period. Zach was 14th overall back in 2008. 407 AHL games played, 127 NHL games played. Carolina, Nashville, and Pittsburgh. Two-time champion with Berlin in the DEL. And the second period is underway. 2-0 lead for Frölunda to begin this second period. Here's Max Friberg waiting on the left wing side. In the first, they scored very early on, didn't they, Frölunda, and then scored very late in the period as well. Both teams had chances. I would say the majority of the shots on goal, they did come from Frölunda. And Tobias and Chichka was very good. Puck is held on to, and Berlin can evacuate. Now they move down the right wing side. In the slot, angle the pass. Boychuk did for the oncoming Marcel Nubels. It didn't result in a shot on goal. Picked up now by Christian Fold, and he'll send the puck to the changing Petteri Lindbaum. Morgan Ellis trying to stifle the pass. Frölunda recaptures. Almost now just past the 1 minute mark of the second period. 2-0 lead for Frölunda. They step in down the near side. Mershak, who had an assist on that last goal that was scored by Mats Roselli Olsen. And it's flipped around. Roselli Olsen's out there reaching for the puck. Being very careful. Andreas Gernlund is watching the front of the net. There's Philip Johansson, the defenseman, had jumped in along the boards, battling it out with Jonas Muller. There's Peter Reagan, reacquired now by Grönlund. He'll move out to center ice. Here's a break with speed. Ryan Lash holds, tries a center, gets it right back. Lash goes cross ice and ends up on the point. Now on the right wing side, try to go cross ice again. Roselli Olsen hit once and twice. Threw it back out, goes to the slot. Here's a shot. Oh, deflected just over the crossbar. Under. Stays in, hit the glass and stayed in as the shot just goes wide. I think that Anchichka has to battle here, trying to look around the traffic, through the traffic, under the traffic. There's so much in his way. Here's another opportunity from low to high. They work it low now, looking now back at the point. Here's a shot, great save, rebound chance. It's still free from London to the point. One-timer shot, that never got through. Better of the chances early on coming by way of Frölunda. They have the puck again. On the right board, stepping over the line on the off-shooting side, firing that one, missing the cage. Yuri Inala, who hit the post the first period, gets away from the Berlin defense. He'll get over to the slot. Now the wrister through traffic, that was blocked. Yet again, picked up and shot off the post again. That was Jakob Nilsson who rifled it. Second time they've hit the post in this game. Frölunda almost made it 3-0. Dangerously putting back in front of their goaltender. Frank Herber's had enough. He'll throw it down the ice. No icing. Christian Folan. And now played up ahead by Peter Lindbaum. There's Joel Lundqvist, the captain of his team for Frölunda. Reacquired by Frank Maurer, and now they'll play it to Jan Nijhuis. Now sitting into the right of Lars Johansson. Rolling forward is Ranning Lenz. Lenz didn't get there in time. This will go down the ice for an icing to stop and play. 2-0 lead for Frölunda. And there is Jakob Nilsson, who had that bullet of a shot. Here it is. Oh, off the crossbar. Having a bit of an issue there. I'm not sure if it's an equipment issue or we'll have to keep an eye on that. Almost 4 minutes gone here in the second period. 2-0 lead for Frölunda. It's the kind of game Berlin is staying within reach. Yes, they're 2 goals down, but if they can get the next one, they're going to feel a lot better about themselves. They put one towards the goal, but it's blocked. The shot attempt by Marco Basler. On the right side, Eric Mick from an acute angle, never got to the net. Scooping it up as Basler again, throwing it back for his defense. A dangerous play. Now it's Freeberg stealing. That would have been offside. Straddled the line and worked it back on a smart heads-up play. Ranning Lenz. Through center, Lash is going after it. His goaltender played it to the far boards. Picked up by Anders Grönlund. Now down the right side there, working it in over the line. Circling the net, waiting for some help. Back the point, fired and off a body. Goes out of play. Great setup. Shot not on goal, however. Taking a look at Christian Folan's goal in the first. And that one there, that beat him for a 2-0 lead all in the first period. Mats Roselli Olsen. 490 plus games played in his career in the Swedish Hockey League. Here's Ryan Lash shooting that one off the glove. And Chichka got that left hand in time to stop the shot that came from Ryan Lash. 3 CHL titles for Ryan Lash, 2016, 19, and 2020. Two-time CHL MVP. The competition's top scorer with 109 points in 72 games played heading into this season. Pretty incredible. Berlin with possession. The late man there was Zach Boychuk, but pass didn't quite gather on his stick. It's corralled by Frölunda, and now they'll move it in. 14 minutes and 20 seconds left to go. Puck is in front of Johansson. They got to be careful. Berlin steals it. The shot is wide of the cage, bounces all the way down the ice off the end wall. No one knew where that puck was for a second. 6 minutes gone, 14 left. Shot goes off the stick, stays in play. The D-zone coverage here by Frölunda has been very good, and they've not given much of anything between the circles or in the dangerous area. Nick Lassu looks for it. Giovanni Fiori holds on. He had some support on the line, but it's stolen. A smart play by Roselli Olsen, who has it now. Chipped up ahead, 2-on-1. Here's a shot, scores! Ryan Lash with the perfect shot. 3-0 Frölunda. What a release to the blocker side in the back of the net. A quick play developing by Roselli Olsen with a great pass. Lash used the weak side as a screen and just buried that one. He did have help, and he turned his blade. He opened it like he was going to pass, and perhaps Anchichka bit on it and gave some room up on the short side. Three 0 lead for Frölunda. Great play by Ryan Lash. Lake Forest, California native. Most assists, most points last year in the Swedish Hockey League. Here's a chance in front of the one-timer just off the left pad as Jakob Nilsson almost had it for a 4-0 game. Rister from the high slot is blocked. This is all Frölunda. Berlin on their heels. Another opportunity. Nilsson will turn. Jakob Nilsson, one-timer, and it's held onto by Anchichka from long range. Mercy.
En bra Folle. Jakob. Fick feedback på att skjuta, va? Bra.
Well, Lash with points in back-to-back games. Almost 7 minutes of ice time thus far. Two assists in his first game. Points today is a shot just wide of Anchichka. 3-0 the lead for Frölunda, and they're continuously pouring it on. 12 minutes and 33 seconds left, second period. Grabbing a hold of the puck, Jakob Nilsson. But he coughed it up as he tried to go back the point. Now on the right wing side, Jan Neyhaus on his backhand to the point. Held in by Marko Novak. Distributed by Bostler. Here's a one-timer. That was blocked. having a really hard time just getting shots on goal as Marcel Nobles fired that. Looked like he went off a body. Here's a look at Lash. You can see him open the blade and then scoop it over. He opens like he's gonna pass, and just for a split second, he did use Tom Nilsson as a screen, but that's a perfect play by Lash. Frölunda wins the D-zone draw, and they get to center ice over the red line. Now the entry. Reacquired by Berlin, good play. Neubels up ahead. Here's an opportunity in a centering attempt that didn't quite get through. Kevin Clark looking for it, now he'll race after it. Big hit laid on by Frank Herdler. Frölunda takes over, they get through center ice, chipped it up ahead for Freeberg, and they're gonna call this an icing. Freeberg looked a little confused, Melchiori was going after it, the stop and play. Faces on the Berlin bench kind of tell the story a bit here. They know they have to be better. As we see Jan Nyhaus from Munich, Germany. 6 points last year in 46 games played for the Grizzlies last season. First year with Eisbären Berlin, the 21-year-old. On the point is pinned. He'll distribute. The shot is easily gloved by Lars Johansson, who has not seen many shots at all. That one came off the stick of Julian Melchiori. Melchiori drafted by Atlanta in the NHL back in 2010, the Richmond Hill, Ontario native. Also played for the Grizzlies last year, 24 points in 55 games played. 30 NHL games played with Winnipeg, the 30-year-old. I remember him when he played for Manitoba. Chase DeLeo was his teammate, an old players I had on my team last season. Oh, that should be a trip. Yes, it will be. Not intended at all, but Giovanni Fiore is going to go to the penalty box, and Frölunda has a chance to work the power play again and further extend their 3-0 lead. Mershak was going after it. Just, you have to find a way not to take penalties like that. It was totally inadvertent. Nevertheless, Fiore's going to sit. From Laval, Quebec, the two-time DEL champion. 30 points in 45 games played last year. Frölunda to the power play. Here we go. They hold, and it's Ryan Lash off the face-off. His pass got chopped down, and it will be a clear for Berlin all the way down the ice, killing off 10 seconds. Curlin trapped by Jakob Nilsson throws everybody offside with 10:53 remaining. There's Anthony Greco. Been impressed with Jakob Nilsson in this game today. '28-year-old out of Stockholm, 5'10", 170 pounds. The entry by Lash on the left wing side. And the right shooting forward scoops that one over for Nilsson. Will get back to the point, explodes off the stick of the defense, but it's kept in. Nice play by Nilsson out of the corner. Trying to set up in the power play. Now they have it. Philip Johansson's up top. He'll call for it now. He'll get it in exchange to the winger. He'll step up in the slot. It's a shot that's blocked. That's a set play there. And didn't look like it got on goal. It looked like it was blocked as Lars Johansson will chip this one down the ice himself, trying to start a breakaway. Now they're in, and they're onside. Good play to the point, skate to stick. Now it's held on to Jakob Nilsson across. One-timer just missing the short side. Philip Johansson again. Perfectly on the stick of the oncoming Joel Lundqvist, but it's cleared. 40 seconds left to go in the power play for Frölunda. They lead this game 3-0. We're 10 seconds past the halfway mark of the contest. It's Brandon Lenz, and then it's Lundqvist again. Back for Lenz. Lundqvist will be the bumper on the power play here. Here's an attempt at the point. Philip Johansson, the one-timer. Rebound chance. Lundqvist can't get it to go. Carlson shooting. Looked for some room on the short side high. That missed. Boy, Lundqvist had that one in the blue paint. Couldn't get it on his stick cleanly. It's on the point now. Power play over in 5 seconds. Carlson again. Carlson wants it. He gets it. Chipped at it. Now it's cleared. An opportunity for Berlin. Coming out of the box was Fiore. It's Freeberg the other way. On the right side, backhand goes wide, and Chichka. 8:55 to go in the second period. Yuri Inala, who hit the post earlier in this game. He's had a good contest thus far. Berlin takes over at center ice. Now they move it in. Fiore left it. Look at the coverage by Frölunda in the defensive zone. There's no room out there for Berlin to move the puck at all. That's offside and a stop and play with 8:21 remaining in the second period. Here's a look at this one-timer on the power play. Oh, it's in the net. If it's on net, it's in the net. And Inala not happy. And then Lundqvist just missed. Boy, did he ever have room. Couldn't get that puck to settle. Even though you have a 3-0 lead, when you have a glorious chance of scoring, you're still not happy if you miss a grade A scoring opportunity. No matter what your lead is, you'll always think about that one. Berlin from left to right. This is backhand and forehand now. Morgan Ellis. Ellis fired it up ahead. It's offside. The stop and play with 7:53 to go. Second period.
Boys, hey, every time we have a chance to put it on net, let's put it on net. Nicker, I think off that face-off, you had the lane there. You just didn't do it. You know what I mean? You had the lane, right? Let it go. Let it go. Trust yourself. Trust yourself.
One thing interesting about the rinks in Sweden, I don't know about the other rinks in Europe, but they have fans who stand a lot, even the duration of the game. I was in the rink that in Umeå, Sweden, in Björklöven this summer, and the whole section where fans just stand. They stand and sing the whole time. Interesting. I think you get more of that in the college programs in North America than you would specifically the U.S. and you would have in pro hockey. You wouldn't have that section in the pro ranks in the North American hockey, but in European hockey, it's definitely a great tradition that they have, and the fans they're always behind their team vocally throughout the game. It adds to the atmosphere without question. Boychuk sends the puck around for Neubels. Dragged out by Frölunda, but this should be an icing call. And now will be whistled against Frölunda. Jakob Nilsson's had a fantastic game today. There's Kevin Clark out of Winnipeg, Manitoba. Won a Spengler Cup in his career, DEL championship as well. DEL MVP back in 2015. 34-year-old. Peter Regan will take the face-off, trying to win this back. He's on his shooting side. He wins it on his backhand cleanly. It rolls to Lars Johansson, who will melt it down and just take a face-off again. Frank Bauer Not happy with himself on that one. You're going to get a centerman to win a puck cleanly back there for you. You're either going to want to put that on net right away with a high-quality shot, or maybe distribute to the defense for a one-timer. They decided to switch their defense, so Morgan Ellis now on the shooting side. Reagan will try to win the draw, and against Lundqvist, but Lundqvist wins this one. And now it's back to center ice. Oh, as Freeberg lost his footing, he got tackled by Jonas Muller. Was not intentional, but everybody looks okay. There's Morgan Ellis. With 6:55 to go right now in the second period. Lars Johansson sent it off the boards. Ellis, wrist shot, body down by the defense. Great play by the forward, actually. Manuel Wiederer does good work. Frölunda onside, shot blocked, rebound chance goes wide to the short side. There was a bit of room. Frank Bauer can clear it to center. Frölunda on the attack, and it's Freeberg on the right side. Former Anaheim draft pick lost his footing. Now it's Eric Nick on his backhand, off the wall, shuffled to center ice. The entry by Wiederer, tries a shot, 1-on-4. You're going to do video after the game for Frölunda. You're going to show a lot of clips that you really, really like. In the D zone, especially. Here's a giveaway, though. Look out. Centering pass goes cross ice and just missed the stick of Fiore. On an odd, or I should say, rare opportunity for Berlin in the offensive zone. Melchiori with Corbinian Geibel. Worked free by Frölunda to the point. For 40, Petteri Lindholm sends it down the right wing side. Fiore trying to get a hold, but it's picked up by Frölunda again. They'll work it to the half ball on the left wing. 5:25 remaining in the second period. Frölunda with a 2-0 lead. 2 goals in the first, 1 here in the second. Over skating at center ice was Matt White. Now at center ice, it's held on to again. And it's Jan Nyhaus. Good crunching hit by Christian Folden, who started the scoring within the first minute of play of the first period. And Frölunda has led for the vast majority of this game. And they've not given up a goal. They're up 3-0. 3-on-2 on the entry. Here's a chance. Curling, dragging, shooting! Missing Lash. A rebound chance! Almost banked it off the goaltender. Lash almost had his second of the game. Lash gets checked along the boards hard on a big hit by Marko Novak. Lash and his teammates undeterred. Anders Grönlund on the point, moved in. Now it's Nyhaus again. He'll flip to center ice. Marco Basler, backhand save. Basler on the left wing wall. So Berlin has had a couple of opportunities here in the last few shifts, but Frölunda coming right back in. Lash to the goal, holds, leaves it, shot, scores! What a setup, and the finish, Jakob Nilsson. It's 4-0. A thing of beauty. A save at one end and a goal at the other. And Nilsson buries it. How about the vision by Ryan Lash? He could have shot that puck here, elects to go back to the slot, and Nilsson puts that one past a sprawling and Chichka, who had no chance of stopping that. Gorgeous looking goal. Nilsson from Lash and Inala. 4-0 lead for Frölunda. 3 minutes and 45 seconds to go. There's a delayed call coming against Frölunda here. And the shot just goes wide. Let's see, the whistle will come now. And a stop and play. Well, it could be Nilsson who goes. He shakes his head on the way. He's going to take a seat. Can't feel too bad. He scored a goal earlier, just moments ago. Didn't see too much protesting from head coach Frölunda, Mr. Roger Ronberg. Looks as Swedish as he gets. Distinguished. 1:45 to go in the power play. They've killed off 15 seconds. Frölunda has. Friberg out there. Mats Roselli Olsen. Kevin Clark left the puck. Oh no, is that an icing? Oh, they'll wave it off. Clark gets there in time. Puck gets into the corner. It's scooped up by Matt White. Knew the hit was coming from Petteri Lindbaum. Stayed on his feet. Tried to drive it back to the point. Now it's a short-handed break the other way. Friberg in. Friberg shooting. He scores! It's a short-handed goal. And it's 5-0. Max Friberg continues the hot hand for Frölunda. This one low to the glove side. And you got to imagine at some point they're going to take Tobias Enchichka and say, kiddo, we'll spell you for the rest of the night. Here's a good look, and nobody really had him. It essentially becomes a breakaway. Matt White along the board just lost it. Friberg went 150 feet down the ice, picked his spot. That's a perfect shot. You go above the pad, under the glove, and it's in the back of the net. Just tucked in on the post. Two minutes and 35 seconds to go for Frölunda with a 5-0 lead. Zach Boychuk on the left wing side. His shot got deflected. Scramble, and it's held on to by Johansson, and he will melt it down for a whistle. Friberg seems happy enough. Teammates as well. Fans, you can imagine with a 5-0 lead. There's a reason they're standing and cheering. Keep in mind, Frölunda's still shorthanded for 47 more seconds. And as Jakob Nilsson sitting in the box, he doesn't feel as bad taking that penalty with his team getting a shorthanded goal for his trouble. This one deflected up and over and out of play. And a whistle comes. Giovanni Fiore there. You can only imagine what head coach Sergio Ban is thinking right now. Won their first game 8-2 against Grenoble, but they obviously having a harder time here in a 5-0 deficit as we're 1:55 from the culmination of the second period. 20 seconds left on the penalty to Jakob Nilsson. Boychuk swept it around the boards. Fiore hit by Friberg, who had a shorthanded tally during this particular power play, trying to dig it free along the near side. It does come loose. Friberg moving again down the near side, cuts to the middle, lost the hand of the puck as Fiore comes all the way back. Great defensive play by him. Now it's Boychuk down the right side. Boychuk left it, one-timer fired, that goes wide. Fiore in the last 80 seconds of this period, his team down 5-0. Ryan Lash onside. Sidesteps the hit, stays on his feet. Nice play. Lindbaum shooting. Good save off the right pad by Enchichka. 65 seconds left. That shot just whistled wide. Another great opportunity for Frölunda. Morgan Ellis couldn't steal. Centering pass all the way between the circles. It rolls. Nordstatter. Now down low again through the crease. That was Patrick Carlson. This is all Frölunda. A shot just goes wide. Carlson again. Berlin has to find a way to shut this down. They can't right now. It's a loose puck through the crease now on the right wing. Back the point, inadvertently cleared. Berlin can take a much-needed change if they can get one quickly, because Frölunda's right back on the attack. Inala dishes, cross ice, one-timer! That hit a body in front. Could be a 2-on-1 the other way. Here it is for the shot, and a stand-up save by Johansson, who barely looked tested on that opportunity. That the shot came from the right wing side, he had no problem at all on. $5-0 lead. Frölunda with the advantage. Jakob Nilsson. Draw here against Berlin. There's one clean lead. Julian Melchiori reaching for the puck. It's Liam Dover-Nilsson, however, and that's it. 40 minutes in the books. And there you see Ryan Lash, his team along with that man, Jakob Nilsson, lead this game. And they have a stranglehold on it with a 5-0 advantage heading into the last period of regulation. And the dejected Berlin team, as you can imagine as well, knows there's work to do. We'll come right back. Nearly ready for the puck drop for third period. A stranglehold of a lead for Frölunda right now with a 5-0 advantage of this game through 40 minutes of play. Haven't seen many shots on goal at all. For the Eisbären Berlin. Only scoring opportunities the other way. They have decided to switch up their goaltending, which is not surprising. So Hugo Markkanen is in the game now as he replaces Tobias and Chichka. We suggested that would take place earlier. After the 5th goal was scored, they let him finish out the period. And continuing on here, Berlin will try to get a good charge to start the third. Here they come with a shot. Scores! That's the start they wanted. Corbinian Geibel with a beautiful shot high to the glove side. And an early goal for Berlin. And they're finally on the score sheet. Well, that's got to feel good, getting that one and try to build from there. Good speed to the neutral zone, a great entry. And the dish by Newbolls right to the stick of Corbinian Geibel, who put that one in. Drop pass by Kevin Clark. That's a great shot. Just over the glove, inside the bar. Geibel, who is from Germany, played last year for Eisbären Berlin. 10 games, 1 assist in that time, 20-year-old. Geibel gets it, and a save already from Markkanen.
Eisbären Berlin scored by number 40, Geibel, assisted by number 32, Clark.
Point shot goes wide of Markkanen, who sees a couple of shots early on. Here's a chance in front, nearly. Moving back door, that was almost 6-1, and he'll melt the puck now with 59 seconds gone. It's never easy, by the way. You're a backup goalie for a game. You're on the bench. Between all the sitting you've been doing, I mean, you're talking about before the game, intermission, first period, second period, the entire second intermission, you've probably been in a seated position for almost 2 hours. And then you're going to go out there and have to play. You're going to kick out saves and have to react. It's part of the responsibility, but it isn't easy. You hope to get some shots that'll sort of ease you into the game. But when you're down 5-0 and now 5-1, there's no easing in. You're going to need everybody to play mistake-free hockey for 20 minutes and try to close the gap. But being back-to-back champions in the DEL, Berlin will not be deterred simply by being down going into the third period. They're a championship caliber team, and that means they're going to be unfazed. And lots of veterans on this squad as well. Frölunda from left to right with 1 minute and 40 seconds gone in the third period is the entry Puck is chased down by Peter Reagan. Reagan will fling it to the middle of the ice. He turned it over, however. Here's a chance. Drop pass shot just goes over the crossbar on a turnover by Berlin. That's what they have to avoid. Yuri Inala now around to Philip Johansson, who puts a backhander, which was rejected for an icing against Berlin. The stop and play with 17:55 to go. As we take a look at Corvinian Geibel, who scored that goal earlier in this period. Here's an ice level view. You know, it may have, after looking at that, it may have ramped off the stick of the Frölunda player who was checking him. It may have done. Hard to tell, really. Frölunda Gothenburg winning the face-off. Tried the cross-ice pass. Terry Lindbaum is stripped of the puck. Now it is loose. Back to neutral territory. Bennett Rossby will dump it in. Lucas Johansson will play it. And so they can march from left to right. And here comes Frölunda on the entry now. Greco centers, no one there on the left wing side. Scooped up by Yannick Nyhaus. He's put into the boards and turned over the puck. Good job by Greco, now ahead. Lurking forward is Jakob Nilsson. He's on the point, they keep it alive for a moment. Frölunda dishes back down low. Out of the near corner, starting and stopping, spinning away from a hit. That was Rannin Lenz. Lenz backhander, the left wing side. On the point was Grönlund, who has it now. Then to Philip Johansson. Johansson's shot goes off the outside of the meshing of the net there. Marco Basler taking the puck, and now Berlin will get to center ice. They get the red line, chip the puck in because they hear the call for a change, and that's what they're doing in the midst of a change right now. 16 minutes and 35 seconds left to go. This will be an icing, and it goes against Frölunda and a stop and play. Joel Lundqvist, his squad, up 5-1 in this game. Zach Boychuk will take the face-off. Boychuk lost the draw. Frölunda in their zone, then moves out of the corner. A shot off the post. It looked like maybe Boychuk hit the crossbar. I've seen that shot before. Let's see it again here. Oh, yeah. Blocker side, he hit the post. Maybe the junction of the crossbar and the post. Boychuk almost made it 5-2. Here he has it again on the far boards to the point. That shot's blocked. Rebound chance, and that's stopped. Berlin bringing fire, and look at that one. Well, I'm not sure how Johansson got so far out of the net. Oh, he lost his blade. He's got no escape blade. Well, that's the reason. And look at him do those pushes. That's not fun to do. And he did. He's going to have to get that put back on his skate. Let's see. This is a... So the shot blocked and took out the... oh, that's what it is. So he stopped that off the blade of his skate. And as a result of that save, the blade came off his skate. And then he couldn't move. Look. You got nothing. You can't do... You're helpless. You can't push off plastic. That holder is just plastic. If the steel's not there, forget about it. There's nothing you can do. It only seems funny, by the way, when you're up 5-1. If that happens in overtime or a playoff game, it's sheer panic because you are totally helpless. But he's all right. By playing Pink Floyd. Markstrom is in net now. Oh, excuse me, Markkanen rather is in net. Spelling the night for Tobias and Chichka. Now we have a tripping penalty coming. And Wiederer Shakes his head as he makes his way to the penalty box. Here's a look at the penalty. Stick between the legs, yes, as he takes down Jan Murshak, and so that'll be a penalty. And now, Frölunda on the man advantage. They've been dangerous on the power play so far. They've been dangerous shorthanded. There's not much they haven't done. Pontus Johansson back there on the blue line. Friberg's on the ice as well. Losing the face-up, however, was Lundqvist, but it's taken away by Friberg, and now the near side to Lenz. Then to Friberg, who works it down low. He'll circle the goal on top, one-timer. Like Markkanen got a piece of that. Stays in the line. Good stick handle. Now they'll fling it down low. It's stolen by Herdler, and they will get to center ice and clear this one down. So 25 seconds gone for the penalty. Feeder sits in the penalty box now. Went off the stick, hit the meshing, and a stop and play now. Game is slowed down just a bit. Frölunda on the man advantage. They continue a 5-1 lead here in the third period. And they win the face-off on the power play, send it to that left wing side, shooting, save, good job. Juho Markkanen squeezes the left arm in the body to make sure there was no rebound on that attempt. He's looked very good here. Markkanen actually is listed as a birthplace in Edmonton, Alberta. Representing Finland. He was drafted by Los Angeles in 2020 in the 4th round. Plays with a Swiss passport, doesn't count against Switzerland. Now, of course, manning the crease for Eisbären Berlin. His father is Juho Markkanen. As he watches the puck now move laterally, who was also a goalie, by the way. And now a 47-year-old, once was a goaltender for the Edmonton Oilers. His son became a goalie just like him. I don't know how many father-son goalie duos there have been. There have been some. In la fakes, it goes across now. The reason it's most dads who are NHL goalies or pro goalies don't want their sons doing that as well. It's not a fun position to play most of the time. Down the left wing side, Frölunda on the power play for 7 more seconds. On the blue line, it's kept in. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Berlin down 5-1. They bring it into the Frölunda zone. Here's a shot, a save off Johansson's stick, and it goes out of play. Very calm, very relaxed play today of Lars Johansson, who's been good and kept his team in it. Still down with that 5-1 disadvantage. As we see Bennett Roseby there. He'll take the draw in the offensive zone. When you're down by 4, now 13:43 to go, you're going to have to gamble a bit in this game. They haven't had much offense at all. Zach Boychuk hit the post earlier in this period. For the most part, they've not had many shots or many chances, so it's about gambling a bit, you have to imagine. trying to create some offense and close the gap. Puck is on the point, they go D to D. Rister from the line, saved by Johansson. And again, there's no rebound despite the effort of Marco Basler to get in there. Morgan Ellis on the ice, one of the veterans trying to lead this team to a comeback right now. They're down 5-1. Zach Boychuk will take the face-off. Won by Frölunda. There's Freeberg to center ice. Now the entry. Brandon Lenz. Now Freeberg gets crunched by Frank Herdler. Getting after is Marco Novak as well. Boychuk calling for it. It's actually up ahead as it's moved in now by Newell. Centering pass. Backhand chance. Another good opportunity for Berlin. It looked like maybe Johansson got a piece. Meanwhile, the other way, Lenz tried to shoot it at the end of his shift. He'll go for a change as they go back and forth, up and down the ice a bit here. It's on the point for Johansson. He'll distribute. Nilsson shooting. That missed on the blocker side. Andreas Grunland. Now Liam Dover-Nilsson. Berlin will recover in the form of Newells. First thing on his backhand, now to his forehand. He had an opportunity to send that puck to one of his defensemen. Right now it's Manuel Wiederer on the far side. And then it's Frank Herdler again, calmly to the right wing. 12 minutes and 15 seconds left to go. Third period. Out of the reach of Fiore. This will go down the ice and they will call no icing, waving it off. That was as a result of Ryan Lash doing good work getting down the ice. At center ice, Yuri Inland distributes. Lash moving as well. They try to circle and put it in front. That didn't connect. And it's going to be a penalty, I believe, against Berlin for a hook. Drawing it was Yuri Inland. And Frank Herdler goes to the penalty box. Herdler was part of that Olympic silver medal in 2018 for Germany. Very calm and smart player. 20 years with Eisbären Berlin. That's a great save. Great save. Well, if Frölunda can manage to get something here, you can imagine this will take the wind out of the sails completely of Berlin. As they begin the power play, they'll move down the ice for Frölunda. Their 5-1 lead, they're looking to add to it. Mishandle on the entry. And then one point I was making earlier is now that Berlin's shorthanded again in this game, down 5-1, I would imagine they may gamble if they gather possession of the puck anywhere on the ice and try to score shorthanded. Now they have to worry about the Frölunda power play. Markkanen knifed that puck to the corner. It goes back down low. Melchiori trying to dig it free. So is Eric Mick. It does come into possession of Frölunda on the left wing. Now to the half wall. Back down low. On the goal line, trying to bank it off the goaltender. Wasn't fooled at all with that one. Punched off the dasher. It's kept alive. Nice play by Johansson. Sending it across. Once again down the left wing, down to the crease, turning, holding, pass, shot, great save! Markkanen comes up big. Inala will get the pass, back to left wing. It's Johansson again, he'll try a wrister, that was blocked, rebound, in the crease, they score! Perfect bounce, Inala. A power play tally, and it's 6-1. Just waiting for their bounce, and Yuri Inala makes no mistake. Perfect positioning on the ice, and this baby 6-1. Johansson had a good idea of putting it on net. Ryan Lash creating havoc. Nilsson was there as well. Back of the net. Not going to miss from that vantage point. Won a world championship gold in 2022. Played for HIFK. 48 points last year. The 24-year-old had 54 games. He's no stranger to putting the puck in the back of the net.
Frölunda ökar på sin ledning till 6-1. Målskytt nummer 21, Jere Innala.
6-1 is the score as we're now at the halfway mark.
Frölunda scored by number 21, Innala, assisted by number 67, Nilsson.
They're giving Nilsson
an
assist on the goal. They'll have the primary assist, I believe. We'll get the official word in just a moment. And Nilsson and Philip Johansson have assists on the tally that made it 6-1 on the Jere Innala goal. It's on the point for Novak. His shot goes over the crossbar. Digging it free is Jonas Muller. Inside the Frölunda zone. And it is off the stick of Novak. He'll turn all the way back. And run just went up ahead of the oncoming Matt White. Lost the handle, dusted off by the Frölunda defense. They're moving on the entry now. On the near side, Mershak. Hoping for somebody to be in the slot. Nobody was there, and so recovered by Berlin as they move right to left. They're down 6-1 with 9 minutes left to go as Johansson lost an edge as he was playing the puck. He looks okay. Bennett Rosby. Now Marco Basler out of the far corner. Leading out of the defense and a good play. Smart heads-up play by Pontus Johansson. Shot goes wide. Marco Basler again, leaned on by Tom Nilsson. Top of the circle. No shot. He tried to get one on goal, but Bennett Roseby fanned on it. We're going to get a whistle here. What's the call going to be? Is it going to be a delay of game? Could it be going against Pontus Johansson? It's very possible. Berlin may be going to a power play. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like that is the case, but it's going to be a penalty against Frölunda. Let's see if it's going to be a delay of game. Oh yeah, they're just going to call that now, a delay of game. An opportunity for Zach Wojcik and company to work on the man advantage. Marco Novak played the last 6 years with Dusseldorf. His first year with Berlin this season. Sweep the puck to the far side. 1:35 to go on their power play. Berlin down 6-1. Giovanni Fiori chipped ahead, now the entry. Berlin set up on the power play. Fiori, good job, the blue line. Then a save by Johansson on the Zach Wojcik attempt from long range. Zach. Zach Wojcik games since 2010 in some way, shape, or form. That would be 12 years worth of appearance goals, almost, I would say, pretty close to almost every year. Berlin on the entry in the right wing. Lost our score bug for now, but it's Frölunda down the right side. Oh, getting spun around. Roselli Olsen got hit up high with the stick. And Jonas Muller's going to go. He shakes his head, but look at him get the stick up high. It rode up the body of, oh, maybe his hand there. He's talking to himself, but it's not going to convince the referees to take away the penalty. So we're going to go to 4-on-4 hockey, it seems, for now. Amazing the low ceiling in the building there in Gothenburg. So we're playing 4-on-4 hockey.
Number 18 in Eisbären Berlin, Miller, 2 minutes, penalty roughing.
They're calling for rough. Miller gets a roughing penalty, and now 4-on-4. A lot of room for skilled players like Boychuk, who's on the ice now, along with Kevin Clark. Clark on his forehand. He's got it walking up the far board. Centering pass, going for Boychuk and just missing. Max Freeberg, cross ice, holding, shot, save. Markkinen gets off the blocker, gravitates to the far side. Joel Lundqvist will attempt to clear, or rather keep it in, but it does get up and over into the bench to stop the play, and we'll take a power break.
Power break. Besök gärna CONs webbshop som presenteras utav Warriors Sport. Där hittar du bland mycket annat CON-matchtröja.
Yeah, try it out one. Yeah, because if he's going high, lower, you need to be higher. So try it out. Try it. Yeah, we'll see. But we will. Greg's on the deep one. Greg's on the deep one. On the weak side. Greg's on weak side.
I find it interesting when, of course, the head coach Gothenburg is speaking to Jiri Inala, who is Finnish, probably doesn't speak Swedish, I assume, and has to speak to everyone in English, although the majority of the players comprised of Frölunda, I believe 70% are Swedish. We'll never hear two Swedes speak to each other in English unless they're in the presence of someone who does not speak Swedish or the languages that English. They all know that. Makes sense, right? Well, here we go into the abbreviated power play for Frölunda. And you heard Coach Rundberg saying, try it out. They were talking about different strategies, and he's saying, why not? Try something out, see if it works. You're up by this much of a lead, you can afford to gamble a bit and let your team sort of maybe figure out something they like to do that you didn't have already planned up ahead of time. Berlin will clear the puck down the ice. Almost the culmination of this one. 5 minutes left to go here and change with Frölunda. They'll skate away with their second win in 2 games. And Berlin will go 1 win, 1 loss in that order. Take a miracle-style comeback to erase a 5-goal deficit with 4:51 to go. Freeberg is in. Nice move. Dangles and a backhand shot is stopped. No one told Max Freeberg this thing's out of reach because he's going for another one. And I don't blame him. With those kinds of hands and that vision, what a great move that was. Lundqvist threads it down low. Gets it right back. Sweeping it around for Freeberg. Got pushed along the boards by Corbinian Geibel. And now it's Brandon Lenz. He and Lundqvist killing off time here with 4 minutes and 13 seconds left to go. They may blow the whistle. They want them to play it. Now the puck battle finally is over in favor of Berlin, winning it, tossing it along the near boards. Roll the center ice in the possession of Frölunda. And that is Pontus Johansson taking a look at the scoreboard, seeing they have 3 minutes and 40 seconds left to go. They've given it away, however. Bastler on the right wing. Poked off his stick. He got checked once and twice. The puck is loose. And Frölunda will clear the center ice, and now they can attack in the offensive zone. One-timer shot. Scores! The quick release. Nick Lassoud wasted no time. Rifled it in. And it's 7-1.
31-51-9. 31-51-9. Kan lägga på nu.
That's his first goal this season in the Champions Hockey League, and wow. He got it on his stick, boom, let it go, and the puck was rolling. You can see a little bit. The puck was going end over end, it looked like. I don't think it was flat when he shot it. And as a result, it's very hard for a goalie to track a puck that's flipping up and down because it has a tendency to change direction and dip on you. And that may have happened to Markkanen there. Either way, it's a 7-1 lead for Frölunda with 3.5 to go. So that goal has put this thing even further out of reach for Berlin as they have a stop and play now. There's going to be a penalty for a high stick, and it's going to go against Frölunda. As we see Morgan Ellis check out to make sure his teeth are still there. Nick Lassoud gets the goal from Mats Roselli-Olsen and Jan Mershak, who has another point in this game. Both those men do, both Roselli-Olsen and Mershak. Mershak assisted earlier on the goal by Mats Roselli-Olsen. Here's a look at that. Let's see. There. I don't know what that is actually. It may have been a missed call. Either way, harm the outcome of this game necessarily. But they're calling the penalty regardless, and now 7-1. Frölunda has that lead for 2:55 left to go in the third. 1:40 on the power play for Berlin. Down the right side, that cross-ice pass gets knocked down. Giovanni Fiore is there. Scooped free by Freeberg, recovered by Fiore. He'll step in down the left wing side. Gets support. And that puck in the corner, nice job by Zach Boychuk as it gets back to the point. Skate the stick for Novak. Broken stick on the ice allows Frölunda maybe a little opportunity to clear that down. Markkanen out to play it. He's got to be careful. Swept out of the backhand. Two minutes left to go in the third period right now. And Frölunda will skate away victorious in this game. 7-1 is the tally right now for them. Plenty of goal scoring. Power play, shorthanded, even strength. They've dominated the game from its onset, scoring just 25 seconds in. And now they're looking for their 8th, but a save by Markkanen. 100 seconds left to go in regulation time. 25 remaining in the penalty that was called late for the high stick against Frölunda, but that won't change the outcome of this game. It's on the point. Shot, save. Johansson, who's had a heck of a game, cleared one more time and has it sent down the ice. We'll have 1 minute and 10 seconds of 5-on-5 hockey should nothing else transpire until the culmination of the third period. imagine Frölunda content on sending that puck down the length of the ice as long as they don't ice it. There is, however, another penalty coming against Frölunda. They sent their goaltender to the bench for an extra attacker. Just a 1-2-2 set up by this Frölunda team. They touch up the puck, and that'll be a whistle and another penalty being called. On the bench, writhing in pain, is Jonas Muller. He is still hunched over. Let's get a look what happened here. There he is at center ice. Threw his glove up in the air. Looks like they're calling Christian Folden for the penalty.
Nummer 2 i Frölunda Christian Folin som utvisades 2 minuters slashing till 19:21. Number 2 in Frölunda Folin, 2 minutes penalty slashing.
So they're calling a slash against Christian Folden, who has the first goal of the game. And now Berlin working the power play with 1.5 minutes left to go in regulation. From the point, deflected down low, backhand shot was blocked. The only good thing for Frölunda is they can just simply clear the puck down the ice. And that's what they're going to do now. They might try to skate here shorthanded and get something going. The shot that goes off the stick, out of play with 14.5 to go. So this game will come to its conclusion. More than likely, the outcome will be 7-1.
Vi påminner om Frölundas nästa hemmamatch i CHL, och det är tisdag den 11 oktober då vi gästas utav Greno. Välkomna tillbaka.
Frölunda will be at home against Berlin on September the 8th. They'll play each other another time. That game taking place on the 8th of September. On the 10th, Berlin will take on Grenoble. Frölunda will have another game as well on that day. This one is over. 3 seconds, 2-1. A 7-1 victory. And a dominating performance by Frölunda as they defeat Eisbären Berlin 7-1. They defeat the back-to-back DEL champs. And the 4-time CHL champions are 2-0. 2 games, 2 wins so far to start things out in Group G. Fantastic stuff all around for Frölunda. We'll have another game coming up. More games along the way. Stay tuned for all of it. Go to championshockeyleague.com for all the information on the recaps and the scheduling to find out when your team is playing and how to keep up with all the latest. Track this thing as we get down to the finals. We can't wait. For group action today, it's been a lot of fun. A great play by that man right there when tested. Goaltender Johansson was special today. Good, everybody. I'm Jason Shai saying thank you so much for tuning in. We'll talk to you soon.
Ja. Ja, Roger Rönnberg, 7-1 mot tyska mästarna Eisbären Berlin på hemmaplan. Vad säger du om insatsen?
Insatsen är givetvis bra. Det är alltid saker att putsa på, men överlag jättebra match.
Vad säger det här om er och var ni står när ni vinner med 7-1 mot tyska mästarna?
Nej, men jag tycker vi ligger bra till för den här delen av året. Att killarna kan spela så här många minuter med gemensam tanke och jobba så här hårt för varandra. Jag gillar verkligen energin i laget.
Vad är det som händer då? Det ser ut som att alla har kul ute på isen. Är det en längtan efter hockey som ligger i benen?
Nej, men jag har sagt det från dag ett att vi har en bra kemi i det här laget. Vi har tydliga roller, vi har veteraner som är hungriga på att vinna och vi har unga killar som vill framåt. Så att, jag tycker vi har en jättebra balans i årets lag.
Förutsättningarna som ni har gett er själva nu då med 2 raka segrar, vad säger du om dem?
Nej, men det är väl i och för sig bra, men vi kommer behöva fortsätta vinna matcher i gruppen för att vi ska ha någon nytta av de här vinsterna.
Tack så du ha.
Tack.
Okay, so Serge, can you try to analyze this game?
A difficult night for us, without a doubt. I thought, from the start, Frölunda came storming, and we had no answer tonight.
What happened?
Well, like I said, we had no answers. We were off our game and against a good hockey club, and that's the way it goes. So it's hockey. We're going to learn from it and move forward.
How far behind are you right now in your progress during the season to compete with Frölunda?
Well, it's a tournament, right? So, we played our first 2 games on the road. We're able to get a win. Now we're going back home, and we got to take care of business. So that's the way we're looking at it, one day at a time.
And what do you say to the guys after a game like this?
I don't have to say much to the guys. They know tonight was not a good night for us, and it's that's the way hockey goes. Sometimes no excuses. We're not happy about it, but it's about what we do tomorrow.
Thank you very much.